Welcome guys, today's topic we will be talking about high-speed rail. A little bit of history on the high-speed rail. It was proposed basically 30 years ago in 1984, or just a little bit over. Bob Hawke initially raised it and put it on the table to be built between Sydney and Melbourne. It was then scrapped. It was raised again in 1993, it was raised again in the year 2000, it was raised again during Tony Abbott's reign, and it is now on the table with Malcolm Turnbull's government. So the high-speed rail itself runs from Sydney through to Canberra, through some regional areas in New South Wales, close to Wagga Wagga, and down to Melbourne in Victoria. With the congestion in Sydney and Melbourne at 46% of Australia's population, is meant to spread out the population, create some environmentally sustainable cities, satellite cities, along the rail route. Now, why would this be important? Not everybody wants to live in a hustling and bustling city, so what the high-speed rail can produce is a very short commute from what was originally a regional town to basically the city centre where most of the jobs are. So if you put yourself in somebody's situation, you could potentially go from regional New South Wales to the city centre in an hour, whereas right now in Sydney, travelling from the outer west, from basically Penrith to the city, would take you an hour itself. The costs. What are the costs associated with this? Well, back in 1984, it was $2.5 billion to create this high-speed rail. Now, CLARA, the Combined Land and Rail Australia Authority, has estimated the cost to be $200 billion. There's a massive difference. So, do we really want this high-speed rail? Did we want it back then? Would it have been beneficial to have it back then? I guess forward planning and thinking about the future, and if you're really thinking about sustainability, it is probably a good idea. They are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys think. Just put your comments below and we'll get back to you. Thanks.